Hi guys, it is Elisa here, or the Diamond Stitcher as I go by on YouTube and Instagram. Hi, welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're coming back. I really appreciate that you're taking time out of your day to take a look at these videos. Today I decided to film a how-to video for beginners. I'm going to use this Diamond Art Club kit. This kit was from the Amazon DAC store. It is a smaller kit. Let me lift it up here for you. Unicorn Rainbow by Pixie Sticks. It is a 9" by 9" round diamond painting, so I thought it would be perfect to film a little how-to video. I did do an unboxing to this kit and another one. I will link that at the end of the video for a full unboxing. This is a toolkit that I've had on the side that I'm going to use so you can see everything that might come with your toolkit. I do believe this one came with the older toolkit though. But it still has everything you need. So this video will be the basics on how to start a round diamond painting, including what comes in the box, what kitting up your painting means, maybe some other terms that I can think of, and showing you how to start placing your diamonds down. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to open the box here. So your diamond painting is going to come in this plastic sleeve. It's already been opened, as you can tell. It's usually sealed. When we take the diamond painting out of the plastic, we are going to unroll it and we are going to find inside our diamonds and also a sticker sheet. Okay, I'm going to roll the diamond painting back. As you can see, the ends are kind of lifting. That's no biggie. Any Diamond Art Club painting, you can take it and roll it backwards on itself like this. That just helps it lay flat a little bit sooner. If you left it laying flat for a little bit, it would automatically, oops, a sticker came off there. It would lay flat. It has a self-flattening feature, but for the purpose of the video, and so it lies nice and flat so everybody can see, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit. This is what we consider a snack size diamond painting. Snack size meaning it's very small in nature, and it's not going to take you too long to work through it. There's no like exact size guideline as what is a snack size painting and what's a regular painting. It's just a general term for a painting that you can work through in a quicker time frame. Okay, your Diamond Art Club canvas is going to come branded on the top like that. There's going to be a clear plastic sleeve over the entire painting. You can see that. Now the thing to keep in mind is this plastic sleeve only goes on one way. If you put it back on the wrong way, it's going to be very hard to pull off the canvas. So if you are going to remove this entire thing to diamond paint, make sure you, what I'd recommend is putting a sticker on the outer side before you take it off. That way you can easily identify which side goes down and which side goes up. When I diamond paint, I don't take the whole plastic off. I will show you a couple different methods you can diamond paint, and I'll show you what I do. On the diamond painting canvas, you're also going to see a legend on the side, or we also call it a schematic. It's on both sides. Small painting like this, you don't need it on both sides, but when you start working on a larger one, it becomes very handy. Down here, they have some of the canvas information. Pasting area, that means where the glue is. So just where you put the diamonds, that is the pasting area. Here's the original artwork, and then it has the name of it, as well as just a fancy code here, but it's called Unicorn Rainbow, 9 by 9 inches. Pixie Sticks is the artist, and Diamond Art Club is the shop that licensed it. Okay. Thing to note is this size here, 9" by 9", is specifically the pasting area. So that doesn't include this white border. So if you were going to frame this afterwards and you were looking for a frame, make sure you're measuring the canvas correctly. If you want a little bit of a border, if you want the whole thing in frame, or if you want to just cut it right down to the diamonds, the dimension will differ. So don't go by what's down here for framing. Actually measure what you want out. Okay. At the very bottom in this tiny, tiny, tiny print is a coupon code for your next order. You are going to find coupon codes everywhere. So every order from now on, you should be able to use one. Make sure you join their Facebook group. It's linked down here as well, and follow them on Instagram. There is a lifetime warranty on every Diamond Art Club kit. That means if you have any problems, you shoot support at diamondartclub.com, that email there. You shoot them an email with whatever concern you may have, and they will get you taken care of. Now, sometimes you may need to contact them because you've ran out of a color of diamonds, you weren't sent enough. That happens from time to time. In my 2 years of being with Diamond Art Club, it's only happened twice. Once they sent it to me, and the other time I just used another color that was close. So if you do run out of any diamonds, they do send you some. What else? The glue, if you're having problems with the glue, I haven't seen anybody lately with a lot of problems. The only thing I see people talk about is a small area that doesn't feel very sticky. That's easily fixable. There is something called Dot Stick, and I'll post it on the screen now. You can use that over non-sticky areas. You just let it dry for, I don't know, 15 minutes or so for a small area, and your diamonds will stick right to it. But should you have like a larger issue with the glue, you can always email them and see what their advice would be. What else here? Let's look at the sticker sheet. So every Diamond Art Club kit is going to come with this sticker sheet. What I do is I will cut this original artwork out and I'll put it in my paper logbook. You don't have to. I'll also include usually the title of it and the artist's name. And then these stickers are individually cut out. As you can see, some came off here just because I've unboxed it already. But you can peel these stickers off, and I will show you what to do with them in a minute. And this one does come with all of these extras that you can save for storing leftover diamonds or whatever you might have use for with labels. But this kit has 25 colors. At the top, you're going to see this is where they put their special AB diamonds. An AB diamond is a special diamond with a very shiny coating on it. I will show you. Any number at the top here under 150 is going to be an AB diamond. So there's two in here. There's a 129 and a 141. I should explain what this means too. So serial number is this pink number going down there. That's just the number 1 to 25. Okay. A lot of people get tripped up with this number if the symbol doesn't correspond. As you can see here, Diamond Art Club's gotten really good at matching symbol 1 with serial number 1, 2 with 2, 3 with 3, 4 with 4. It used to be jumbled up, and then people would make a lot of mistakes. So unless you're buying a kit that was produced a really long time ago, you should see this upgraded schematic. When you're diamond painting on the canvas, most people just go by the symbol, okay? Color code, that's the DMC number. So in your Diamond Art Club canvases, this symbol might change, the serial number might change, but this DMC number is going to stay the same. So if you're finished your diamond painting and you want to keep your diamonds, leftover diamonds, a lot of people do that, you go by the DMC number. And that's how you can easily identify. Now, the one thing with keeping leftover diamonds is die lots can change. That means that this 3761 might differ in another kit based on the die lot. It just depends how it was produced and how much dye was put in. So it can vary by shade. So just take note of that. If you are saving your special diamonds, before you mix them together, check the shade and see if they're close or if they're different. Let's open this. Sorry for the crinkle. This sticker actually comes floating in the box because I've already unboxed this. I had it tucked in here, but this will come floating in your box. It's a square sticker. This is the one people put on the outside of their box so they could easily identify it if they have a lot. I put it on the plastic dust sleeve. I store mine without the boxes. Other people put this in their paper logbook. It's totally up to you what you do with it. Put that to the side. Now, Diamond Art Club's diamonds come in this long strip. Too long to have all on camera. There's no order as in numbers to these bags. A lot of people will complain about that initially. But how they, what's the word I'm looking for? How they organize them is by weight. So you're going to have heaviest weight to start, and then it goes down to the lowest weight. I used to separate them all and, put them in DMC order and that, but the way I kit up, it's not really necessary. Now I will just cut off 907, put that in my container, put the sticker on, and I'm good to go. There's no need to organize like that. It just is a waste of time in my opinion. So you can see here, these guys are a bit of a heavier weight of diamonds, so there's going to be more of this in our painting. Now, Diamond Art Club does send, I think it's about 30% more diamonds than needed as a guideline, because they do expect, depending on, it's a machine that packages these, so there are mistakes made. So they always send a little bit extra to take into account not having enough, which is also very nice. As I said, I've only ran out twice. Let me move these here. Now, there's a few different options for kitting up. I have a couple different options to show you. There are these Tic Tac containers. You can get these on Amazon. They are small, so they're probably okay for a smaller painting like this, but most diamond paintings, you're not going to fit very many in here. I don't like them for that reason, but a lot of people start with these. This lid wiggles off. You usually use a funnel, and you would cut your, did I bring scissors? Hold my reach here. Let's cut one of these off so it's easier. So you would cut open your bag, pour your diamonds in here, put the lid back on, and then what you do is you look for your sticker that corresponds with 907, which is right there, and you would just take the sticker off. Let me just do this one. Take the sticker off and put it wherever you can. This one might need to hang off like that. Okay? Now, I'm not going to kit up on these, so I'm not going to do that. But that's a nice thing about these pre-cut labels, is that you can put them right on your containers. So this is one thing you can use to kit up your diamonds. It is cost effective, but again, they don't hold much. This is another system. This is the Art Dot Drawer system. I did do an unboxing of this on the channel. I just pulled out a drawer to show you. These containers also come in, you might see it a lot, a black case, or they have colorful varieties too, with these stuck in foam in the case, like 60 containers. Again, these are not super big. They are screw tops. Some people kit up into these. Again, you just pour your diamonds into here and you put the label on top. What I've started doing again nowadays, because the things I don't like about those containers is they don't always hold a lot. I'd rather use baggies. So what I do is I use baggies now. This is also probably the most cost-effective way. You can buy a package of like 1,000 of these for pretty cheap, and you can reuse them. So what I do is I kit up into baggies. So I will go through and I will, one at a time, cut these apart, right? I'll cut this one because this is one of our AB diamonds, so I'll show you. This is an AB diamond. It has this very shiny reflective coating on it. It's a little hard to tell on the camera, but it's super shiny when you compare it to like the green one. You see that white one has a special coating called AB coating, and that stands for the Northern Lights. And the way the light reflects off of it, you'll see different colors bouncing off. Like I see purple, pink, green, yellow, blue, all sorts of colors. AB diamonds help make the painting a little extra sparkly. So I will cut them out. To kit up into baggies, I also find it really helpful to have a piece of cardstock. This I've already cut. I just got some cardstock from the craft store. It helps the baggies stand up a little taller, so I will just pop a cardstock in there. When you are kitting up, you may encounter static. Static is fairly common. There was a period where a lot of these bags had too much static. They've since fixed that problem, but you might have a kit that has a lot of static. What you do is, well, there's a few tips. Some people pop the bags in the freezer before kitting up. They say that works. Other people pour the diamonds in an old pill bottle or a container like this. They put a penny or another coin in it and give it a good shake. I never found that work. What I do is I use a dryer sheet and I just cut it up into small squares and I pop one into each baggie. That helps prevent any static. Now, if I cut this open and these diamonds are so staticky in here, I can't pour them out. What I do is I take a Q-tip, dip it in rubbing alcohol, and then swish it around in the bag, and then I pour my diamonds here. It does help quite a bit. You might have to swish it around a couple of times if you have a big bag of diamonds like this white one. And then I leave that dryer sheet in the baggie or in the container, whichever you choose to use, until I'm finished the painting. And that helps prevent static from accumulating along the way too. If they're super staticky, once I'm done kitting up, I will leave them for a day. When I come back the next day, the static is virtually gone. So those tips do work for me. Now you will hear some people online say that it doesn't work for them. And I think it has to do with different climates. I live in kind of a wet climate. It's not humid, but we do get a lot of rain. And it doesn't get too hot. So it's kind of, I guess it's considered a mild environment. I don't know. I think it gets too cold, but that's just me. So the humidity in the air and different climates can also affect what tips work for your static problem. If you go to the Diamond Art Club VIP group and you type static into the search bar, you're going to find thousands of posts because I think somebody asks at least once a day for tips on static. So if what I've just suggested doesn't work, type static into the VIP group and see what other options there are for you to try. So let me show you what I mean by kitting up. So let's do this 1-for-1. So what I do is I have my baggie ready. This green cardstock, again, is not necessary. I just find it makes the baggies stand up a little bit better where I store them. I usually cut the corner off, just makes it easier to pour. And then I'm going to pour these diamonds in here. Now these baggies I'm using are kind of big for this kit. I don't tend to do snack size kits, but I thought this would be one, a nice change up, and two, it would be a good one to film. You just got to wiggle those diamonds out. Now make sure you've paid attention and you know what sticker is on here. Before you toss that to the side, oops, I had a couple drop off. Let's put those back in there. Before you throw this to the side and forget what number this is, grab your 1-for-1 sticker. So I'm taking that off. And I put it on the top of my baggie because how I have them standing up in a rectangle container so I can see these labels pretty easily and flip through them. I do take note of this serial number. Because the way I store them is standing up in a container, once I see my symbol on my canvas, so number 2, I go to my container and I look for number 2. So I do use it. If you don't like using it, you can always cut it off. A lot of people just go by this symbol alone because you do have the schematic on the side here that you can coordinate or correlate your symbol with, right? So that's done. So I put that in my container. Let me grab another one, and I keep doing this for the entire kit. I'm not going to kit all of this up on camera because it is going to be a little bit of a timely process. It might take me 20 minutes or so. There's not many diamonds in here, but if you do come across static, it can get a little annoying. Again, I'm going to cut the corner of the bag. I'm going to pour it in here. What I will do is I'll pause the video and I will kit this up and come back and show you what it looks like when it's all done, okay? So again, before I toss that aside, make sure I grab the right sticker and I put it on my bag. Okay. I will be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. Now, this took me about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes to put these all in baggies. I'll show you what I did. So I have them in this little rectangle thing I got at the dollar store. It's like a drawer organizer. Each baggie has a diamonds. This little sheet you can see is a dryer sheet. I cut a bunch up into little squares and then I put them into each little bag. Some of them did have static, some didn't. Here you can really see this AB. See that shiny coating on it? The way the light just glistens off of it. It's beautiful. So an AB again is any number under 150. So we've got a white one in here too. This green thing is cardstock. I didn't put them in every bag. I did every few bags. It just helps them stand up a little bit easier. So when I'm flipping through them looking for a specific number, it's easier for me to find. Yeah, so I've got these 1 to 25 and they are all ready to go. So kitting up doesn't need to take a long time. You don't need fancy containers or expensive containers. You can literally just do some, these are called bead bags. You can get them on Amazon, 1,000 for, I don't know, 15 bucks or something like that. That's what I use now and I find it the easiest. And then I don't keep any of my extra diamonds. I know some people might gasp, but I don't because Diamond Art Club will send me replacements if I ever do run out. So I don't keep them. The only diamonds I do keep sometimes are the special ones. If there's enough left over worth keeping in case I want to use them on another painting. Now to get started, your Diamond Art Club is going to come with a toolkit. Let's pour this out. Now, I did open this already, so there's going to be wax in the pen already. But this is everything you get with a toolkit. So you're going to get a colored pen, and it comes with this squishy thing floating in the bag. It's just for comfort. It's not necessary. You're going to get a single placer, and you're going to get 2 multi-placers that come floating in the bag like this. I put my 4-placer on here. It's already filled with wax. It doesn't come filled with wax. That's just what I did so you could see. And then a 7-placer for those that are good at multi-placing. This doesn't come with the kit, so never mind that. Those were tweezers. Those come with square kits only, not round kits. You're going to get some variation of this diamond painting tray. They've since upgraded it, but you might get one that looks like this. It's just a resin plastic gold glitter tray. Some people found it's hard to see the diamonds using this tray. If that's you, just put tape a white piece of paper over the back, or if you have white label stickers, just put it on the back. This little piece you might find floating around is called a stopper. It goes in this end of the tray. It just helps keep diamonds in the tray and not falling out. You can see that, just fits like that. You're going to get this bag of baggies. Now, it's typically not enough to kit up in, like I did here, but you could collect them so you can kit up some kits into them, save some money. I think they're thrown in here more for leftover diamonds. You will get a washi tape. Again, this is with the new upgraded toolkits. You'll get the washi and this cool little cover minder here. And I'll show you how to use a cover minder. It's basically some sort of fun design on this side with 2 magnets on the back. And then you're going to get a heart caddy of wax. The lid's not stuck on. It comes off fairly easy, but you do store it in here. Prevents the air from letting the wax dry out. This wax, a little goes a long way, unless you're a hard presser. If you press really hard, you're going to have to fill your pen more often. Make sure you peel back this plastic before you try and load your pen, otherwise you're not going to be able to do it. Now, I've already loaded this pen because actually, let's take it out and reload it so I can show you. I did reload it in my toolkit video. So to remove old putty or wax from your pen, I just take these sharp tweezers. You're going to get them in square kits only. Remember, I do have quite a collection of them. I just throw them in my drawer. I use them for this purpose. I don't use them to place diamonds. It's too hard for me. So let's load our pen. So you got one of the heart-shaped wax. Take that plastic off. To load it, all you're going to have to do is stab it with your single placer. I stab and I do a little twisty motion. Make sure that it's cut off from the rest of it. It's going to be blurry. And then just make sure it's flat across. If you have too much in here, all it's going to do is come out onto your diamond painting. This end is the same thing. I just stab it in. Now this pink wax is a soft wax. I give it a little wiggle like I did the other one, and it comes up completely perfect. Just make sure that it is filled to the top so it's not overflowing. Again, if you have too much wax in here, or putty if you do use putty. Putty is something you can buy from Amazon or various small shops in the community. It's used similar to wax. Putty tends to be good for hard placers where you're having to refill your pen a lot. With putty, you don't have to. I actually use putty. But for the purposes of this video, we are going to use the wax. Let me zoom out again. Okay, so to start diamond painting, start at the top, start at the bottom. It doesn't matter, whatever you like. I personally like starting at the top because when you're going to get into bigger diamond paintings, I don't like the finished part down here because that's going to end up in my lap and I don't want the finished part to get all crumpled. So I start up here. As I finish the diamond painting, I move this up and I can roll this part of the diamond painting so the diamonds aren't crumpled in my lap anywhere. So I like starting at the top. I also find it easier to deal with this plastic. Now some people leave this plastic on and simply pull it back when they want to work on a section. You can pull it back and that's what this cover minder is for. You take the magnet off the back, this part goes on top, this single magnet goes underneath and it holds that plastic back for you so it's not, flipping back and forth. A lot of people diamond paint this way. There is another way. Using release papers. Now, where did I put them? They were here. Oh, over here. Use my reach. Release papers are these double-sided, it's kind of like a wax paper, double-sided non-sticky papers. You can get a pack of 100, 200 on Amazon. These ones are double-sided. Not all of them are. So make sure if you do buy them, if they're not double-sided, make sure you're putting the right side down, because if you don't, it's going to get stuck to the glue and it's a nuisance to get off. I use these. So what I do actually is I lay down a roll of washi tape. Now this one is torn. Hold on a second. Let's see. This one is super, super sticky. I think this is an older kit. This washi tape is almost too sticky. It's very hard to peel. Let's see if I got it this time. Oh, I think we finally got it. Okay, so what I do is I actually lay down a roll of washi tape this way. And I do it so that the washi tape is lining up with one of the rows, the very bottom. So I do put it down purposefully. And then I usually use my craft scissors, but I don't have those near me, so I'm going to use these big scissors. And I use that washi tape as a guide to cut this plastic. And I do it very carefully. And I do it in a way that's like, I don't know if you were taught the hack wrapping Christmas paper, but to get a nice, even, quick cut, you just kind of glide your scissors along. And then what I do is I pull this plastic back. I throw that out, and then I put these release papers down. And I do it one row at a time. So I'm not going to do it again until I finish this entire row. And then I'm going to move down, put another row of washi tape, and put my release papers down. I like this way better than fighting with this plastic crinkling and your arm gets stuck to it and everything like that. So I do this, and I do it row by row, because if you do your whole diamond painting with these, they tend to roll at the corners like you see here. And if you roll this at the bottom instead of having it just sit in your lap, these release papers lift. So I do it row by row. There's a better video, or a video specifically on that, in my channel. Sorry, I had to move. I'm getting uncomfortable here. It's really hard for me to film videos like this. So we're all ready to go. I just leave that washi tape there because it reminds me where the glue is, where I stop. So, because you can't see that plastic film, right? Anyway, that's what I do. I find it better than fighting with this plastic. But if you don't want to do that and you just want to use the plastic, all you do is you pull it back where you want it, stick your fancy cover minder on top and the other magnet underneath, and it's going to hold the plastic for you. It's totally up to you with how you want to do it. Let me put that back. I'm going to leave them here just for fun. Now, I am going to show you how to place diamonds. I'm going to, I think, let me do the blue over here. It's just easier. Let me zoom in. Try to make it so it's in the center here. Now let me get my tray. I'm going to use this tray because really you don't need to buy any of the fancy trays and pens if you don't want to. These Diamond Art Club toolkits come with everything you do need. So I'm going to work on this blue S. So I go to my schematic, my legend. I look at S, and that's 21. So I can quickly look through here, go to where the 20s are, 21, and pull that guy out. Now I am just going to give it a little bit of a shake because I have that dryer sheet in there. You're going to pour some diamonds into your tray. You don't need a lot. If you overfill it, it's just going to be harder to shake them out. And then I just remove that dryer sheet. It just gets in the way, and I keep it in the bag there. Again, I keep that little dryer sheet in the bags until the end of the painting. It just helps keep static at bay. Once you put them in here, you kind of tilt it down towards you a little bit and give it a light shake. Now, these sides aren't too tall, so you do got to be careful. You don't want to cause them to fall out everywhere. I'll show you a 3D printed tray I do have. I do have it here. This is from DP Gal Creation. Sorry, we're incredibly zoomed in. This is a Canadian small shop that 3D prints trays. They are a bit easier to use. Here, I'll show you. You can see just some static there, so the diamonds are jumping around. I like these kind of trays because they hold more and the walls are higher, so they're just easier to, less likely for me to make a mess is what I'm trying to say. So when you're diamond painting, especially if you're going to use a multi-placer, you want to make sure your diamonds are lined up really nice in that tray. If they're not lined up nice, then your diamonds aren't going to sit very nice on the canvas. I guess I can use this pen. So single placing is usually where most people start. And to single place, I've already got the wax in there. You just touch it very lightly to a diamond. So now it's on the tip of my pen here. And then you want to aim it over its square or its circle, right center over that symbol. Now there are very faint guide circles on this grid, so you can kind of see, you can see it more on the yellow and the white. It's hard to see on that blue, but basically each little diamond you're picking up, you want to place it exactly over its spot on that canvas. And if you do that every time, they should land straight. Now, if you accidentally, I don't know, misplace a diamond like that and it's off to the side, you can't just push it and it'll stay. You actually need to break the seal underneath. You can either do that by pulling out some tweezers you have on hand and just popping them under and popping the diamond off, or you just have to over push it. So watch this. I just over push it. It breaks that seal with the glue, and then I can pick it up again and put it down. It is very common when you're new to single place an entire painting. A lot of people find multi-placing very hard to learn. They don't like how their diamonds are lining up. In a round painting, the lines are less forgiving. You will see, like if you're crooked, you'll see it a little bit more. That's why a lot of people like doing the single placing. Now, I multi-place. I recommend if you want to try multi-placing, start with this floor placer Diamond Art Club has. Some tips I have for that. Make sure your diamonds are nice, close together in the tray. When you go to use your pen, this outer edge closest to your hand, you're going to put on that outermost diamond, and you're going to roll them on. So now I have 4 diamonds on my pen tip here. You can see that? When I go to put them on the canvas, I'm going to put this one here closest to me down first, right over its spot on the canvas. And I'm going to roll the other ones down. Now you might see, like here, this one moved. You just scooch it over so it's straight. So I'll do that again. So I am making sure they're nice and straight. I am putting the tip down on that one, rolling them on. And then when I go to my canvas, I'm putting that one closest to me down, and then I'm rolling the rest on. And then it's quite normal to go by and just straighten it out as you need it. Multi-placing will make your painting go faster. Again, you want to practice. Practice makes perfect, right? I always see people posting how frustrated they are because they can't get multi-placing. You will get it one day. You just have to go slow, and you have to be very precise with your placing. And I find as long as you get that first diamond down right where it ought to be, the rest of them roll right into place, especially with the new grids. Now, for diamond painting, I mean, I want it to look nice, but I'm not a super perfectionist. You know, if there's, one little crooked line, it's barely noticeable. When you're new and you're starting out, you probably are going to be a perfectionist, so single placing might be the way to go. Another tip to make your lines straight is to checkerboard. You might hear that. Checkerboarding means doing every other diamond like a checkerboard. You can actually checkerboard a multi-place too. So what people will literally do is this entire blue section, they will checkerboard like this with the whole thing, and then go in and fill it. You can also use your multi-placer and do that. The same way, it just helps spread out lines so you're not creating unnecessary lines. Multi-placing takes a little more concentration, as you can see. But as long as you get that first diamond down, you're good to go. Whoops, I had an extra diamond there. Push that into place. Let's take that out. Put it there. There we go. So You can see on the left, I checkerboarded a couple rows of those 4 placers. And then at the top right, there's checkerboard style of the single, and then I just single place them all, one after the other down there. It doesn't really matter how you place as long as you're happy with it. Again, perfection, nothing's perfect in life. Nothing at all is perfect. So take your time, be easy on yourself. How I go through this is I usually actually start on this side. I just started here because it's easier to see. I'm right-handed, so I find starting over here and moving this way easier. If you're left-handed, you might find starting here and moving this way easier. It's just then your hand's not resting on the diamonds. And what I would usually have is a release paper down, and then I start dotting over here. Okay. Washi tape. So this is one way you can use it. Another way you can use it is you can create a grid on here. Instead of using the release papers that I showed you, you can create a grid like this. I don't do this. I did do it, but it's very easy to cut your canvas. And once you've cut your canvas, you never want to do it again. So I don't do this. What people will use is a ceramic blade or another craft knife, and once they lie their washi down like this, they will take their knife and they will cut it, peel this plastic off, and diamond paint. That is one way you can do it. The other way washi tape is used is around the border. Around the border of the entire painting, a little bit of the glue overhangs. Now, Diamond Art Club upgraded their canvases again, and not much glue overhangs anymore. So I don't know if this is necessary these days, but some people will take it and they'll put it along the glue here the entire way around. Any exposed glue can attract dust and fuzz, so it can look kind of ratty when you're done your diamond painting if you got all this sweater fuzz or pet hair around it. So people will do this. Be mindful though, if you have it stuck down there, if there is a long, a wide overhang of glue, that washi tape is not going to come off very easy. It's going to be stuck to that glue, especially if it's taken you quite a while to finish your diamond painting. I'm going to take this off because I don't use this way. I think that is basically the basics of diamond painting. So I do one section at a time. I will do all the colors in a section. So let's just do it this way because that's the way I started. So this is what I consider a section. It's a small piece that I'm going to do in one sitting. Some people have large sections. Some people have smaller sections. This is a general section I have. So what I would continue doing with this blue is I would fill in all the S's. Once I'm done all the S's in this section, I would move on to another color. I might choose the C's, so I'll do all the C's. Then I'll do the H. Then I'll do the X. Then I'll do the dot. Then I'll do the 1. Now, let me pour these back and I'll show you the AB diamonds. Now, AB diamonds can be a little bit tricky to work on. I probably see this asked once a day as well from new people. Why won't my pen let go of the diamonds? And it's probably because you're trying to put down the AB diamonds. With these AB diamonds, they have that stickier coating. So sometimes you go and place it down and see it's going to do it. It's not going to do what I want it to do because I'm filming a video. But sometimes what's going to happen is, maybe I can make it do it. Let's see. No. It's not going to do it for me because I'm anticipating it. But sometimes this pink wax can actually get pulled right out of your placer, and it can happen over and over. There we go. So that's what happens with an AB diamond. Let me pull this in. See that pink wax just pulled right out of there? That's just because it's super sticky. So to combat that, I use a hard wax, like a beeswax. Pretty Placers is a popular Etsy shop that sells wax crayons to use for ABs. I like, it's a shop on Etsy called Patty Wax. They have a super sticky variety. I really like that, and I use that in my multi-placers too, the small multi-placers. And that works really well with ABs too. So if you're using this pink wax and you're finding when you're placing your ABs, it just keeps pulling that wax out and you can't stand it, look into the harder waxes. And I'll have those 2 shops I recommended down below too. But yeah, you just see, there you go again. So it can be a problem. Other people will actually place the diamonds with their tweezers instead. Now, using tweezers with rounds is often a lot harder, but it can be done. very carefully. A lot of people use tweezers for the squares with the flat edges. It's easier to grip, but it can be done with this. You just have to be careful and make sure your placement is on point so it sits nicely. I'm trying to think what else I can think of that you might encounter in a diamond painting when you're starting out. Be kind to yourself when you're starting diamond painting. Don't be so hard on yourself. I see people posting all the time on how mad they are. They can't get their lines straight, and it's supposed to be a relaxing hobby and yada yada yada. It is a relaxing hobby if you relax. Especially with square paintings, your diamonds will kind of straighten themselves out as you go. The rounds are a little less forgiving, so you just want to be a little extra careful when you place them. They actually make rulers for diamond painting. Diamond Art Club doesn't recommend them, but on Etsy you can find them. Drill Pen Frenzy, I'll link that down below, is a place where I've seen these rulers, and they're a mesh metal ruler you place right over the grid and you put your diamonds down. With practice, your diamonds, you should get them straight with practice. It just takes practice. But if you do want a ruler, you can look for them there. They do have them for rounds or squares. Yeah, I don't have one here to show you, otherwise I would. Another thing people might do is they use a ruler and they put a ruler down. Pretend this is a ruler. They'll put the ruler down here and make sure the diamonds are lined up against that. Or you can get like a plastic straightener tool from Amazon as well that comes in a lot of the diamond painting like beginner kits. It's a plastic straightening tool that you can use to kind of straighten your diamonds as you go to. But yeah, as you can see, once you do it, once you practice, you'll get better. Oh, I do have one other tip now that I think about it. How do you keep your edges straight? Let me pour these out. That's a question somebody had asked me. This is a perfect time to show. So how I keep my edges straight, I'll show you. I'm just going to pour a little bit out. So what I actually do is I will, when I start a section, I will actually do the outside first. So it's just like you're a kid learning to color, and you're taught to color around the outside edge first and then fill it in. I do the same thing. I use my multi-placer, and I will literally just go. Now, I'm not used to using this kind of multi-placer, and my arm is shaking. I'm going to pull out my other pen. You can get all sorts of fancy pens and trays for diamond painting. Don't do that until you're sure you like it. It can get expensive collecting all the accessories. We have a lot of amazing small shops in the community that creates these things. This pen was made by Flower Girl Blanks based in the US. So we have a lot of shops. You know, if you do want some fancy pens or trays, let me know down below. I do have a lot of recommendations. I've bought from a lot of places. There are some shops I would recommend for beginners, and then some other shops I'd recommend for people who are more advanced. But I'm just going around the whole outline. So I do this when I start a section. I should have done it to begin with, but I wanted to show you just how to place the diamonds. And you may have to go back like I'm doing there just to move a rogue diamond. But I find if you go around the outside like this to start and then you fill in, your edges look a lot nicer. Because if I was to go like this, like row by row, you'll see that it's not straight. But I find if you do this and you go around the outside and make sure everything is straight before you fill it in, it also makes your diamond painting look a lot neater. Just like it would with coloring. That is it for this video. I hope if you are a new diamond painter, this was helpful. If you are new and you think, you know, I really wish she touched on this, leave it down below. Let me know. I can always edit a video or create another one if there are things I've missed. Again, I've been diamond painting for 2 years, so it's hard to remember when you were new and everything, all the questions you had, or, you know, all the steps. It's now become muscle memory for me, and it's just you grab your supplies and you diamond paint away. Diamond paint the stress away, right? Anyways, it is a nice sunny day here in Canada, and my puppy wants to go for a walk. So I am going to let you all go. I hope you all have a good day or a night, evening, whatever time it is you're watching this, and I will see you all in the next one. So take care. Bye.